Hello and welcome back to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books.
Yay!
Hey, how are you?
Talking to me?
Oh, I guess we should introduce ourselves. I'm Raven.
This is Jess.
And we're sisters. What? Yeah. It's exciting. Anyway. Just a warning. These next two episodes might be a little shorter than normal. Just because we weren't able to read as much this week because I've been dealing with school stuff, just like final projects and shit. Just a warning, just so you know.
Ooh.
It's not because we're lazy, it's just because
You're almost finished
I've been
school?
busy. Yeah, I just handed in my last assignment yesterday.
Damn.
Yeah, so now I'm done for the term. I will be going back to school in the fall, but
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yay, summer.
yeah. I think I only have one course left, actually.
What?
Yeah, one course
Whoa.
left. I'll take that in the fall, and then I'll be able to graduate.
Is that a degree?
Yes.
Oh no, it's a degree.
It better
bachelor.
be a fucking degree for the amount of time and money I'm spending. Yes, it's an undergraduate degree.
Ooh! Are you gonna keep going to school?
I think I've been in school for long enough. I need a break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna graduate and then try and make some money.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Okay. So, I actually had a couple things I wanted to catch up on. Where's my fucking phone? There it is. I thought since we had piercings last time, new piercings, we should do a piercing update.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's your update?
Well, tell me yours first.
Well, shit. Well, man. What? Well, I got my libret switched out, finally, to a shorter one, because the other one was banging and knocking against my gums.
Ow. Did it
Trying
hurt?
to eat an apple. That's difficult. No, it's really uncomfortable.
Okay.
A weird sensation to describe it, being caught in the sulcus and it's pulling and like, what?
Ew.
Yeah, it was weird, but finally got switched out, and now it's a beautiful gem, and I think it's gorgeous.
Nice.
And my sister here,
Me?
Raven, got me a beautiful septum ring for my birthday on Saturday, last Saturday, a week ago. And I'm wearing it too, and I feel like a princess. I love it.
That's so nice. My skin's been acting up, so I feel like the opposite of a princess.
Oh my.
Yeah. But other than that,
What's up with your conch?
yeah, what's up with my conch? Well, sleeping has been difficult.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because it's in my ear, so I figured out very quickly that I'm a right side sleeper, and I got it in my right ear. So, it's been a little problematic. I did buy an airplane pillow so that I can, like, put my ear in the hole. But I noticed that sometimes if I lie on that too long, I don't know if it, like, squeezes my skull in a way that, like, makes the blood rush to my ear or something.
What the
But
fuck?
sometimes if I lie on that side for too long, even with an airplane pillow, my ear will get swollen.
Oh my god.
Like, right now it's a little bit swollen.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, bother me, but
I wonder if
it's
you can
just an observation.
learn to sleep on another side.
Well, I mean, yeah, I've been sleeping on my left side a lot, but I don't like it as much.
I like to sleep on my back.
I can't sleep on my back.
It's so comfy.
Like, I can rest on my back, but I can't, like, fall asleep on my back. Or if I do fall asleep on my back, I just end up rolling over onto my side, like, immediately anyway.
Oh.
So there's that. I've also been getting a lot of lovely, like, yellowish white discharge coming out of my holes. I apparently also have, like, a little irritation bump on the back of my ear. I can't see it, but Michael, my boyfriend, has pointed it out. A little irritation bump on the back. Do you want to look?
Yeah, I want to see this irritation.
Don't touch my ear.
Alita.
You see?
There's something very small there.
Yeah. I think it's been shrinking, so it's just because I got a hoop instead of getting a bar, which was a mistake. If you're gonna get a conch piercing, definitely get a bar. Don't be an idiot and get a hoop like me. I didn't do any research.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the hoop is a lot easier to bump.
Yeah, and it moves around and that inflames.
Yeah, and it'll when it gets bumped, it like moves out of place, and then I need to move it back, which just like irritates my ear. So don't get a hoop.
Seconded.
Yeah. What else is new? What's new with you, Jess?
Well, my birthday was last weekend.
Yeah. What did you do downtown?
Oh, I went to the Pan Pacific for lunch, and it was delicious, and I felt super fancy in there because it was nice and it was empty.
It sounds like seafood. Is that seafood?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a salmon sandwich, and I was blown away.
Fuck, that sounds good.
It was! And it had, like, little shrimps in it, too. So it was really good.
I'm really hungry right now, so I'm, like, drooling.
And I had the two of the best fantastic Bellinis. Sangrias that I've ever had. They're so good.
Nice. I love sangria. It's basically just like wine with fruit in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably with some juices mixed into it.
Maybe there's tonic in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't make drinks. I drink them.
Yeah.
And it was a nice sunny day, unlike this weekend, which was...
Oh, yeah, it's been rainy and cloudy, but the last few weeks have been really nice.
Yeah,
so
finally.
Hopefully it gets back to that soon. I've got another fun, interesting thing I've been dealing with.
Oh, shit.
Aside from my conch. So I've started trying to wear deodorant instead of antiperspirant.
What the fuck is the difference?
Antiperspirant has aluminum in it.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be, like, dangerous for your body to wear it every day. Like, you can get breast cancer from wearing deodorant every day.
God damn it, now that's mine.
That's what I've heard. If it's an antiperspirant, it almost 100% has aluminum in it.
God damn it.
So I've started trying to wear deodorant, and for those who don't know, I sweat like a pig. Even when I'm cold, I'm sweating. I sweat all the time, and it's really gross.
Well, Mom's place is hot as fuck.
I'm not even there that often.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just always sweating. So I smell. The deodorant really does not help that much. It almost, like, it delays the smell for, like, a little bit. It's even scented, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. So I'll get, like, stinky, like, halfway through the day instead of staying fresh all day now. It's kind of whack.
Maybe try those Lush deodorant powders.
I've tried that.
Aw.
Those are even worse.
I love them. They smell so good.
Yeah, for like a second, then I just sweat it off.
Oh
no. So that's been fun. Doing deodorant instead of antiperspirant, and then I'm just a stinky bitch. What?
Baby powder.
Just slap it in my armpit?
Yeah, it should dry up your sweat. Like, soak it up, and then you smell like a baby's butt.
But what if I keep sweating? Because that's the problem.
Powder yourself again. I hear that's the cure for anyone who's a sweaty.
I hear the cure is Botox. Botox right in your armpit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, is that something you're considering?
No, I can't afford that shit. Yeah. If I was to get Botox, I wouldn't get it in my pits. Yeah.
One day when you're a rich old lady, you're like, whatever, let's do it pits too. As you're doing your face.
I might not care by that point. If I were to get Botox, I'd probably get it in my chin. I've got like a weak chin. Like if you look at my profile, my chin like doesn't come out very far. Huh. So just like it like balances your face if like your chin comes out a little bit more. I think yours is fine. But me and Eric have weak chins.
You got Mom's chins.
I guess. I don't know. I would have to examine our parents' faces more closely.
So I know I have mom's
jowls. Yeah, we both have mom's
but
jowls.
I think we all do.
I don't know about Eric.
Oh, shit, no. I don't think he does. He lucked out. But
He's like... He got all the good parts of both our parents.
What the hell does he have of dads? I think
Good point.
It's clone mom.
You're right. So yeah, those who are sweaty like me know the struggle of trying to use deodorant instead of antiperspirant. Yeah. Also, when I was editing the last episode, or the one before that, I noticed that I called the monastery a monastery. So I just wanted to point out my fuck up there, because I'm always pointing out yours, so...
That's fantastic. You always point out mine, excuse me?
Every time you mispronounce something?
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
All day. Every day. Ever since we were children.
Yeah, I always point it out.
You had to.
I've always been a grammar Nazi. So I thought I should just shame myself for a second there. I called it a monastery. Nice. It's one of those things where, like, you've only ever read it and you've never heard someone say it. So then you figured out your own way to say it, and you just say it that way for so long until you finally learn the proper pronunciation. And you know that's the proper way to pronounce it, but it's just hard to get out of the habit of pronouncing it the wrong way. Mm-hmm. So that's what that was about. I knew how to pronounce it, but it just came out like I'm an idiot.
Garbage.
Yeah, so those are all my updates. You got anything
Wow,
else?
you write a whole list of updates?
Yeah.
Damn, here I am just winging it.
I'm just getting comfortable again. Do you want to explain our new setup?
So there's I've gotten a box, and we've wrapped it around our mic in an attempt to make the sound quality better.
Yeah.
And I have 2 more boxes, and I do intend into making something similar to a sound booth.
We're gonna build like a little box fort, and then just kind of like snuggle up inside, and that'll be our new podcasting area.
Get a Sharpie and like draw on it, make it look professional.
Oh my god, make it look professional. It's a cardboard box.
And they're big ones. They're not small.
Yeah.
Big ones from my work.
And that's our new setup. We're
Still
moving on up,
3
guys.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Standing on a chair on top of $3.
Yeah, the usual. Mike is on a chair on top of 3 books. We even put a pillow on the back of the chair to try and dampen the sound a little bit, like from behind. Does that make sense?
Just for better audio.
Yeah, like sound absorbing. I'll just shut up.
Oh.
All right, let's talk about tea. What do we have today, Jess?
Cream of Earl Grey from David's Tea. My favorite tea. Oh, I should do some slurps.
Yeah, this shit is orgasmic. This is probably my favorite as well. Like, even the smell is just so satisfying.
Just open the box and just sniff it. Smells so good. It tastes so good.
Mine could use a little more sugar.
Excuse me.
But other than that,
I tried.
it's pretty good. Okay. Should we just get into it? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did we leave off Tonio and Guido last time?
Last time with Tonio, he was begrudgingly sent to Brenta by Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
And then while he's gone, Andrea passes away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Carlo's on his way back.
Yeah, we hear in the final 4-sentence chapter that Carlo is on his way back.
Yeah. So that's where we left off with Tonio. How about
Guido?
Yeah.
Still looking for his star singer.
Mm-hmm.
But all he has found are his uninspired imitations.
Mm-hmm.
The search is on.
Mm-hmm. And where's he going next?
Venice.
Yes. He's on his way to Venice.
I pulled that out my butt.
All right, cool. And that's where Tonio is, just a reminder.
Yeah, that's where he lives.
All right, so we're talking about Cry to Heaven. I guess we should.
Yeah, part 2, chapter 1.
Cry to Heaven by Anne Rice. Yes, we're doing part 2. We're in part 2 now. And yeah, in this episode, we're just going to be doing chapter 1. Again, I've been busy. All right. I'm sorry.
It's not a long chapter. It's a short episode.
Well, chapter 1 of part 2 is longer than most of our previous chapters. The next episode will be a bit shorter, though. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
So, to start off, I just wanted to read the whole opening to part 2, because I don't really think I can do it justice in a summary.
Oh.
And it's just so great, like how it captures the ominous quality of what's going on. Okay,
Please.
quote, "The house was full of death and full of strangers, elderly men in black robes and scarlet robes, endless whispering, and then from inside his father's apartments that terrible sound, the inhuman roaring. He heard it commence, he heard it rise in volume, and when at last the doors had been flung open, his brother Carlo stepped into the corridor and met his eyes with the palest, weakest smile. It was shy, it was defeated. It was the thin, terrible, embarrassed shield of outrage." So I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, end quote. So I was like, damn, that's one solid piece of writing. And I'm in awe, and I bow to Anne Rice.
Woo!
Yeah, just
I'm so happy.
it just captures so much.
Mm-hmm.
The thin, terrible, embarrassed shield of outrage. I really like that.
Mm-hmm. True artist.
She really is. Okay. Anyway, she wasted no time in getting Carlo back into the picture. It kind of reminds me of the guy who wrote the manga Death Note. He said that the series only lasted 12 books because he couldn't really wait to get from one plot point to the other.
Good.
That he just impatiently wanted to get on to the next thing. Like, he didn't really know how to pad out.
So that's why it was so exciting throughout.
Exactly, yeah. I don't remember where I got this information, so don't quote me on it, but it was probably an interview, and I'm, like, pretty positive that I'm remembering it right. And I honestly think in this book, Anne Rice might be a little bit impatient, too, like, once she starts getting to the juicy stuff.
It's coming like a waterfall.
Yeah, it's like
a dam.
All happening at once. Like, I feel like the setup was quite long to establish, like, the setting and the characters and stuff. But now that things are starting to roll, it's, like, happening really fast. Like, literally, Andrea talks to Tonio about what will happen when he dies, which is Carlo returning. And then Andrea dies, and then Carlo returns. It's like, oh, bam, 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 bam. It's really quick, and there isn't really time to breathe in between. It's not a bad thing, but it's just, like,
exciting.
It's interesting,
like,
yeah. It's, like, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, for sure. So, Tonio is waiting for Carlo as he arrives on the Grand Canal. So did we just skip over the whole time that Tonio spent in the Brenta with the Lasanis?
Yeah, who cares about that?
Yeah.
We all know he was sent there, so he didn't have to witness Andrea's death.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they find out he's dead, they're like, oh, whoa, we're back.
That's so dark.
Yeah.
Maybe it is kind in a way, though, because I hear that, yeah, like, when you see a loved one, like, looking a little more decrepit than usual, like, on their deathbed kind of thing, that's what sticks in your head, and not, like, how they used to be.
Yeah, I remember having a friend who I used to dog sit for when she was diagnosed with cancer. She refused chemo, and she passed within, like, 3 or 4 weeks, and I didn't go to visit her. Shame on me. But when my mom went to visit her, she said that she had completely changed into, like, basically, like, a wraith.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when she went to visit her. And so, like, my memories of her is still of her as young and, like, vibrant and, like, she wasn't young, but she was, like, so full of energy and, like, willing to go. And
she had a youthful energy.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely. But to hear about my mom's last memory of her, kind of horrible. Kind of glad that I didn't see that, even though Kind of horrible that I didn't visit her. I feel kind of bad.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
still.
but maybe she would want to be remembered, you know?
Yeah, because I always thought she was really kick-ass.
Yeah. She was a badass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, maybe it was a kindness that they sent Tonio away.
Yeah. He's only 15.
True. Do we know how long he spent there? Did it say? Because I'm like, it could have been like a day. It could have been like a month. Like it really... I don't remember catching on to any kind of time period.
Here. Ah, shit.
Right? It doesn't...
Okay, middle of August, but I don't remember if it said when they sent him out. Like, what was the time?
Maybe it was like the beginning of summer.
Yeah, maybe
And then like it was midsummer when...
the carnival. Man, you'd be like really going through here.
Yeah,
Like,
you would
really
literally have to like...
be like...
deeply analyze the book to figure out exactly.
Because I don't feel like reading it again.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It was a month at most. Probably a week at least. Let's just say that. But yeah, I was like, did really nothing happen there that was of any importance? I wanted to see how Marianna responded to seeing the mainland for the first time.
She seemed really excited.
Yeah, so I wanted to see how she would react to it, but I guess it didn't matter. Okay. So, Carlo greets Tonio with a hug. And this is immediately going exactly the way that I thought it was gonna go.
Yeah.
Carlo is acting all sweet and nice and shit, but I know
You're
deep
like,
in my heart...
that's Nick.
Yeah, he's gonna be like a charming manipulator, and then he's just gonna stab Tonio in the back as soon as he has his trust. The resemblance is like even more obvious when he sees him in person, so it makes sense that so many people have been like, oh my god, he looks like Carlo, Carlo. Tonio also feels a kind of relief at Carlo's presence, which surprised me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, like...
maybe it's over with. That he no longer has to wait and be like,
right,
this is going to happen. He's going to challenge me.
Just like, yeah.
There he is, and he's not being nasty right away.
Yeah, so I guess he's over, like, the tension of just waiting for him to get back. As they are mourning the loss of Andrea, Carlo sees Marianna for the first time and greets her simply by saying, Signora Treschi.
Signora.
And Marianna just refuses to look at him or acknowledge him at all. Alessandro sweeps Tonio off to his room. Through the wall, they can hear Katrina pleading with someone. Probably Carlo? They don't say for sure, but I'm pretty positive it's Carlo. Saying things like, you are home, you are young, there's life all around you. And there's basically just a grumbling of anger in response. So he's already ticked about something, and I think we know what it is.
They seem familiar.
Yeah. So it seems like he's already, like, he already knows that Tonio is, like, the head of the estate now, and he's pissed about it.
He was left everything. He's now Lord Treschi.
Oh, yeah. He is.
Yeah.
Okay. Tonio tells Alessandro that he needs him to stay around until he marries, as he must prevail against Carlo. Alessandro says it's his father's will that must prevail, and asks whether Carlo has been disinherited. Wait, who asked that? I didn't say who asked that.
Didn't Alessandro ask?
It must have been Alessandro.
Tonio?
Okay, yeah. Apparently this didn't happen because Carlo never physically harmed Andrea. And we were wondering a couple of episodes ago why Andrea couldn't just disinherit Carlo. So this is the answer to why. It's because...
I guess there's a rule that unless you physically harm, you can't disinherit.
You need more dramatic reasons.
Instead of shaming the family name.
Yeah, that's not good enough. So Tonio points out how angry Carlo is about Tonio being the chosen child, considering Carlo is technically the eldest son. But Alessandro reminds him that means nothing in Venice. Like, the age does not matter at all. Tonio was the heir chosen by his father, so Carlo being older has no standing whatsoever.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. Which is interesting. And unexpected. I'm just super used to, like, classic English, I guess, like,
the eldest
how heirs
son.
work. It's always the eldest, yeah.
And then the fights.
Yes, exactly.
Backstabbing.
It's just like Game of Thrones. Okay. Where are my notes? Okay. But Tonio is still worried. Alessandro tries to comfort him and tells him he will be there for Tonio. And for some reason, this just made me uncomfortable. Because I was like, oh my god, is Alessandro going to die? Is he going to be taken away? Yeah. Just dark thoughts in my mind.
I don't personally understand Tonio's trust in Alessandro to protect him, like, against Carlo, when he was like, please stay until I get married. Like, what? I just don't understand.
Oh, you just don't know how Alessandro's gonna protect him?
Yeah, against Carlo.
Maybe he just needs that support system of someone that he trusts.
Yeah, I guess Alessandro's his only person.
Because Marianna's not really of sound mind,
yeah.
Right? So Alessandro's, like, the only one who, you know, understands fully what's going on and, like, is of sound mind and can advise him. That's what I would guess. Just that support system. Pause. Jessica's gonna let in the cat. She's been screaming outside the door.
Yeah, my boyfriend's nephew is here, and she's kind of nervous, so I'll let her hang out with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you hear meowing, we're not going to bring it up every time. It's the cat. She's in the room. All right? Get over it.
Aww.
All right. So, Tonio wishes he could hate Carlo and points out that Katrina doesn't seem to despise Carlo either, that she seems to feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Then, Tonio asks Alessandro whether his mother was the bride that Carlo refused.
Yeah. You remember that? Remember that part?
Yes, I do.
Kind of weird that Andrew would marry the bride.
Yeah, well, at this point, we still don't know exactly what's going on. Alessandro says he knows nothing of that situation, and that if that were the case, it would be unendurable for Marianna to be around him. He basically says there's no way it could have been her. But her when I was thinking to myself, I was like, her mental health kind of says otherwise.
Yeah. She's
clearly uncomfortable around Carlo. She can't even really acknowledge his presence. So I was like, yeah, is this the reason why her mental health is so messed up? Was she in love with Carlo before he dumped her for an actual ass child? But keep listening, because we will find out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Carlo kind of sounds like a sociopath at this point. There's just like, it feels like a lot of manipulation happening.
Yeah, like this guy is
like
antisocial.
Even Katrina, like, doesn't seem to despise him. Tonio doesn't seem to despise him. Sociopaths apparently are supposed to be likable, like, right from the first time you meet them. So yeah, I'm not trying to diagnose him. It's just, I'm not a doctor.
She's not a psychiatrist.
Yeah, in case you didn't know. I'm just making an observation. So, in these next few paragraphs, there's a lot of the word alien being used.
Ah, shit, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, alien sounds and alien faces are apparently, like, running around the house.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I just, like, assumed that it's Carlo's Turkish servants who are the aliens to Tonio.
Yeah.
Because they look different and they speak a different language and they have accents and...
A whole bunch of strangers in his house. He's not used to that.
Yeah.
He's used to emptiness.
Yeah. It's just the word aliens that I was like, huh.
You see gray skins running around.
Jesus. It makes me wonder if they, like, thought about actual aliens at that time. They wouldn't, right?
100% doubt it.
So how did they even have that word?
Oh, wait.
When was that word coined?
1 second.
What? I'm so like...
Wasn't War of the Worlds written sometime in the 1800s, though?
Oh, I have no idea. We could Google
Because I
it.
remember thinking, like... where the fuck's my phone?
Okay, quick Google.
Dun, 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 dun. Jeopardy plays.
I'm so hungry. Jessica fed me some Greek salad, and it was nice.
Yeah?
But I'm
I
still
made
hungry.
it myself.
It wasn't very filling.
Oh, I should have eaten more. 1897.
Okay, so
Late 1800s.
interesting.
But yeah, but that is like a sign
That is
5
definitely
aliens.
a lot older than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And I think it's really cool that
Let's
they
learn
came
a
up
thing.
with the idea of...
Can you Google when the word alien was coined? I like how you're typing in exactly what I said.
I don't know how else to
I
word
think you could have
this.
just typed in alien.
And then gotten a shitload of freaking aliens.
Well, one of the top results would have been a definition, I think.
Alien refers to stranger, foreigner from Tamil.
What? Tamil.
Al means no, not, nothing.
Oh, is this like Latin?
Yep, I'm going in there. Ali refers to transgender. Whoa. Neither man or woman.
Okay.
Ian meaning natural, normal. So Al Ian means not a human.
Oh.
So nice picture. Still didn't say when it was coined.
Okay. That's okay. We can just move on. Okay. So yeah, there's aliens running around the house.
Mm-hmm.
Tonio joins...
Oh, 1300.
Oh,
Sometime
shit!
in the 1300s.
Okay,
Old.
but at that point, it definitely did not mean little gray space people.
I didn't mean spacemen.
Interesting. Tonio joins Carlo in his destroyed bedroom and feels ashamed that he didn't have it fixed up before Carlo arrived. And Carlo says to Tonio, quote, "Ah, but you see the love for me that was lavished here. You see how my treasures were put away for me, my clothing saved from the moths, my books in dry and safe places." End quote. So he's obviously being sarcastic.
Because his room is fucked.
Yeah, his room has been exposed.
Doesn't even have a freaking ceiling.
Yeah. The ceiling was like
Caved
fallen
in.
in. Yeah. So his room has been exposed to the elements like
Man.
ever since he left.
I'm a little bit shocked that he was put back in that room. Like, that's clearly not a room for someone.
Yeah. They're just like,
Tonio.
well,
He's a kid.
I
I'll forgive him.
don't know if Tonio like actually sent him to
Yeah,
this room, but
I think he was just too
it's-
busy thinking of his dad.
it would be natural for Carlo to just go back there and like want to see
Yeah.
his old shit, right?
And then be like, oh, what the?
Yeah.
Or see all like the paintings of him that being like scratched out.
Right. Right. I wonder what that feels like. Am I sympathizing with Carlo?
Oh
What the
no.
fuck? Okay. Tonio immediately apologizes. Carlo asks him what he's apologizing for and says that Tonio couldn't have done anything about it anyway. Carlo starts rambling about being the first child and how alike he and Tonio are and about their father's feelings toward him. Tonio doesn't understand what he's saying, and Carlo says there's no reason he should understand. Tonio can sense Carlo is getting angry about the room and says he'll have someone clean it. And Carlo says sarcastically that Tonio is the master of the house. Tonio can see outrage in Carlo's face, but again Carlo tells him it's not his fault and that their father must have really loved him, that he would love Tonio the same way if he were Tonio's father. Tonio asks Carlo to show him how they can love each other now, but Carlo tells him he already loves him, but that he needs to be alone before he says something he regrets because he doesn't feel like himself after discovering how his memory has essentially been slain in his own home.
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember him when he was talking about firstborn child. He was mentioning that he was the last born son, while Tonio is the firstborn because they have different mamas. Different mamas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good point.
So I think he was pointing out that even though he's older, he's still the last born son, whereas Tonio was the firstborn son.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Tonio asks Carlo to take his father's apartments, saying that he wouldn't disrespect Carlo by giving them to him, but that he can just take them if he wishes. Carlo cups his face and asks why he couldn't be some spoiled brat so that he could hate him and their father even more.
Yeah, the both of them have this thing where, like, I want to hate you, but I don't.
Yeah. Carlo admires Tonio's wisdom and courage, and they embrace.
Aw.
It seems cute, but I'm kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like, what's your motive, Carlo?
Exactly. I've just got bad feelings about this guy. That night, Tonio can hear Katrina arguing with Carlo. She keeps telling him that he is free and rich and young, and that there's enough in this city to entertain him without a wife and children. But Carlo tells her that he's done with freedom, that he's been free in Istanbul all this time, and it's been purgatory. Now that he's home and his father is dead, it's hell. So it seems like he still wants to marry whoever he wants.
Yeah, but he's been banned to marry. Or have non-bastard kids.
Yeah, but Katrina keeps telling him he still can't disobey his father's wishes. So yeah, Andrea did not want him to marry. The next morning, as Tonio is passing the supper room, Carlo calls to him, inviting him to join him for breakfast, but Tonio just hurries away. Later, as Katrina is looking through papers of Tonio's lessons, she's saying, "Resigned? No, he's not resigned." And she tells Tonio he has to bear this in silence and do nothing to provoke him. I assume she means Carlo, but I don't know what she's talking about overall. Like, what does she mean when she's talking about someone being resigned? Do you know what that was about?
Unfortunately, I zoned out for 1 second and I missed a whole bunch.
Wow!
Go back to that?
Katrina's looking through papers of Tonio's lessons, saying, "Resigned? No, he is not resigned."
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure Tonio has sort of like shut down in the process of his father's death and all these strangers in his home, and he's dealing with Carlo showing up because he still doesn't know how to feel about him.
Okay.
And he feels really like sensitive about that. So I feel like he's probably not really as interested in his lessons.
Oh, so you think he's not been going to them?
Like, I think he's going there, but he's more like zoning out. Maybe like not really like as interested in learning.
Okay. So when she's saying resigned, she doesn't mean like one of the tutors is like...
Oh, I mean like
quitting.
resigned as in like his like...
Just like giving up on
like
life.
He's just like just... Sorry.
Yeah, we get it.
I don't know how to explain.
Yeah, we get it.
Ugh.
So apparently Carlo returned with a massive fortune. Did Andrea give him this before he left?
No,
or
this guy
he made money in Istanbul?
Smart AF. This guy is super conniving. That's just my word. It doesn't say in the book.
Yeah.
Probably does. I don't know. But he comes off as a guy who knows how to make money because of how charismatic he is. And just likable.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure he made all this money and he's fucking rich as fuck.
Yeah, he's loaded.
Mm-hmm.
So he wants new draperies and wallpapers and trinkets and things. And Katrina advises Tonio to just let him spend his money and let him do what he wants. All in order to just not provoke him. So I'm like, what would happen if Tonio provoked him? Would Carlo just get mad? Or would there actually be like...
What's gonna happen?
Would he stab him in the eye or something?
What in the eye?
I don't know. Carlo often invites Tonio to join him for dinner, but Tonio consistently denies him, saying he's still grieving for his father. And lately he's been hearing Marianna singing as well. Just a little tidbit.
Oh.
Yeah.
That means she's feeling better.
Yeah. One afternoon, Marianna is leaving to the piazza with Lena, her handmaid, but not Alessandro today. Interesting. Tonio asks her straight up if she's content here and says she could go to Katrina's house if she would prefer that. But Marianna just says she's in her son's house, so I guess she's not going anywhere. During the nights, Tonio lies awake in bed listening to the silence. His house seems foreign now, even the places he thought he knew well. It's almost as if Carlo's presence is transforming everything around him. Tonio often hears a woman shouting in the house, probably Katrina, and he usually cries himself to sleep.
Oh,
I know.
oh my god, he's really unhappy.
Well, it's just a lot of stress. Like, he's mourning the loss of his father, and there's, like, this new person in his life who, like...
He's changing everything.
Yeah. One evening, Tonio finds himself alone in the house with Carlo. As Tonio is in the supper room watching Marianna, Lena, and Alessandro down at the dock, Carlo appears. Carlo begins talking about how women always used to wear veils, because Marianna is currently wearing one, so that just, like, the topic came up. Don't really know what that means, but alright.
She's still in mourning or something?
Well, even Carlo bringing up how women always used to wear veils.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, wait. I think he mentioned that they used to wear veils, sorry, because they were imitating Eastern cultures.
Oh, you're right.
Right? And that it's changed since he's come back, that it's a lot more different. But I think Marianna is still wearing one because she's still in mourning, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. She is, yeah. Tonio just, like, looks at Carlo as he's talking. He's not really listening. He's just, like, still stunned by the resemblance to himself.
Yeah. He's a little clone.
Mm-hmm.
Or a big clone.
Then Carlo confronts Tonio about avoiding dining with him and asks him to join him now. Again, Tonio refuses, saying his thoughts are with his father. But Carlo does not accept it this time. He tells Tonio to sit down.
Having dinner with me?
Yeah, it's happening, bitch. Tonio thinks how much he wants to love Carlo, that he thought things could have healed, but it doesn't seem as if that's the case.
Oh, I noticed something fun. Mm-hmm. In the description of Carlo, he wears a white wig.
Oh, yeah.
I was, like, imagining this guy in his full-on, like 18th century, like, clothing with those white wigs.
Yeah, it's like the one with the curls right above the ears.
Sounds fancy.
It's exactly what you're thinking of, listeners. So, yeah, he wears that. So Tonio sits down, and he sits at the head of the table out of habit. Carlo was probably going to sit there, I guess. So, yeah, Carlo just brings up, because he notices this, he brings up that they're at odds. There's no denying it. Tonio nods. He's, like, about to cry. He desperately wants to rely on Carlo and trust him, but he realizes as he's sitting there that that's pretty much impossible.
Yeah.
Carlo begins complimenting Tonio on his clothes, his voice, his bone structure.
Bit weird.
Yeah. Both gifts from his mother, which he also points out, that the voice and the bone structure, like, he was like, you got that from Marianna, kind of thing. Then Carlo says that when Marianna was a girl, she moved them to tears with her singing in the chapel, and that everyone loved her. And when Tonio looks confused, Carlo does the classic, oh, did no one ever tell you? Oh, fucking Carlo.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going exactly how I thought it would,
He's
and
like,
I'm not happy about it.
You want to hear more?
Yeah. I fucking knew Carlo was going to start talking about shit Tonio doesn't know. And just, like, making him lose trust in everyone.
Like, oh. That's pretty funny.
Tonio admits to Carlo that no, he didn't know that. Carlo says that Marianna was so beautiful. And he's just, like, going on and on about it. And then Tonio snaps and just tells him not to talk about her like that. And Carlo does the classic, what are you going to do about it? But, like, more eloquently. Just like, what would happen if I were to continue? Signor.
Signore.
Yeah. Carlo smiles really coldly, but Tonio sees through it.
I imagine, like, a big smile while he's, like poking him, like, oh.
Yeah. But yeah, Tonio sees through the smile. He knows that the smile is actually really desperate and fragile. It's not cold and calculating.
Ooh. Yeah,
so Carlo clearly wants something from Tonio, so he's using this as a method to get it.
Upsetting him.
Mm-hmm. Tonio tells Carlo that this situation isn't his doing, Then Carlo demands that Tonio yield to him.
Yield!
He's like,
Yeah, he wants
bitch, kneel.
the lordness.
Yes, he does. It was the moment Tonio had dreaded ever since Carlo had arrived. He would have just up and left the table, but Carlo had, like, pinned his hand to the surface of the table.
Shit, so they're holding hands.
Ooh. They argue until Tonio says he will not listen to Carlo, and if Carlo has a problem, he needs to take it to those who are appointed to govern them and the estate.
Mm-hmm.
Tonio snatches his hand away from Carlo, feeling repulsed, but he sees no iron in his brother's face. Only misery. Tonio asks Carlo what he wants from him, and Carlo again tells him to yield, that he has been robbed, blah, blah, blah. And Tonio's basically like, bitch, even if I wanted to yield to you, I couldn't.
Yeah. Law is the law.
Yeah. And that's a direct quote. No, just kidding. But basically, it's in their father's will, and Tonio can't change that. So get it through your thick fucking skull, Carlo. It's not happening,
God
beach.
Damn it, Carlo.
They argue some more until Carlo asks what Tonio's mother makes of them fighting. Tonio does not understand what he's getting at. Carlo asks if she's content to live alone in her son's house as a grieving widow. Carlo says her life has been a penal sentence, and that she was only a girl when she came into this house. And Carlo also says he remembers her. Tonio tries to tell him to shut it, but Carlo continues.
Stop talking about my mom.
Yeah. He asks Tonio what he sees when he looks in the glass, whether he thinks he's fair, and whether he thinks Carlo is any more or less fair. So he's bringing up their resemblance and being like, why do you think we look so much alike?
Mm-hmm. And he keeps talking about Marianna.
Yeah, and at this point I was like, oh my god, ew, what does this mean? We're about to find out something and I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, ew.
Some dirt is coming up.
Yeah. Quick tea sip break. Cause shit's about to go down, y'all. Tonio begins to threaten Carlo, but Carlo just laughs at him. He says Marianna is a woman and has been in need of a man's touch, and that their father gave her a eunuch as a lover. Is he talking about Alessandro?
Yep, that's what Alessandro's true purpose was.
Oh my god.
Because Andrea's not doing anything with her.
Yeah, true. So is this what Tonio witnessed in the piazza?
Yeah, he definitely saw Alessandro and his mom.
I am not into that. Oh my god. I feel Tonio's disgust.
Hey, a woman has needs.
Oh my god. They continue to argue until Carlo brings up that he was put in exile for 15 years, but so was Marianna, technically.
Yeah.
She was trapped in this house with only an infant for company. That was Tonio.
It's probably a big reason why her mental health has declined.
Yeah, she's been isolated.
She only has her son.
Mm-hmm. So Carlo tells Tonio to question what her crime was. Tonio wants to get away, but
He doesn't want to hear it.
yeah, at the same time he's kind of frozen to the spot.
He kind of knows it.
And here it comes, folks. Carlo tells him that her crime was that she loved him, and that when he came for her at the Pieta, she went with him.
At the convent.
So he's saying Marianna was the girl from the convent who he wanted to marry.
That got him banished.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, what the fuck, dude?
Wait. Are you saying
At this point, I literally stopped taking notes. And
Andrea
I just like,
is really grandpa?
oh my god. Okay, hold on. We'll get to that. But yeah, at this point, I had to stop taking notes, and I just like started reading, just like page after page. I was like,
Here comes the tea.
Here comes the tea. Right now, folks. Oh my Jesus.
I was gonna go tea is good. Books are better. And you dropped the freaking mic.
Holy fuck. So I went to reach for my tea and I knocked the microphone over in case you can't figure out what just happened. Fuck. Alright. like, it landed on my laptop, and then I spat all over my laptop because I was like, ah!
Damn, girl.
It's okay, though. I think we're good. Let me try that again. Here comes the tea, folks.
Shout out to our podcast.
This is why we're really here. That's what the tea really means, y'all.
Spill the tea.
Jesus. Oh, oops.
Did you lose your spot?
No, it's just that, oh, you know what? I did lose my spot.
Damn.
It went right back to the beginning. Hang on 1 second.
Tonio, it's like, no! And he runs out of the house.
Hold on.
Or the piazza. Whatever they call it.
Well, Tonio says that Carlo's lying and that he doesn't believe him, but come on, buddy. Ain't no one buying that.
He knows it's right.
We know you know it's real.
Denial.
Yeah. Carlo goes on to say that he had begged Andrea to let him marry her, but that Andrea had sneered at the idea of him marrying a nameless girl. And if we recall, we know that Carlo had asked Andrea to buy Marianna into the Golden Book to, like, give her a name, the Treschi name, I guess. And Andrea was all like, psh, I can't do that. Like, we ain't doing that.
It's peasant.
Yeah.
Who do you think you are?
Exactly. And then Andrea sent him away, and then he took Marianna for himself. He bought her into the Golden Book and married her, which he could have done for Carlo, apparently.
Yeah.
But he did it for himself, so I'm like, huh?
Kind of a dick move. I think because after he got rid of Carlo, his last son, he's like, well, I have no more heirs. And he's like, well, this girl's pregnant. What if that's an heir? And took her.
Okay, that hasn't been revealed quite yet.
Oh, shit. Bro.
We'll get there.
What?
Tonio is weeping at this point.
He's weeping? Oh, damn.
Yeah, like straight up, just silent sobs.
Missed that part.
Yeah. Carlo tells him that if he doesn't believe him, he should come to her door tonight and listen at the keyhole.
That is sick.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah. He says, she
Oh,
belonged
damn.
to me then, she will belong to me now. He says Tonio can ask anyone about it, Alessandro, Katrina, Marianna herself. So I was like, ew, is he asking Tonio to come listen to them boning?
Yeah, he is. And that's a bit, like, whoa.
That's so fucking
What
gross,
sort
dude.
of 15-year-old kid wants to listen to his mom?
Yeah, ew. So yeah. I had to stop at this point and I was like, okay, if this information is true, which I assume that it is, it begs the question, did Carlo sleep with Marianna before he was sent away, and did she get pregnant, and is Tonio actually Carlo's child? It would explain why they look so similar.
Oh, shit.
And yeah, you've basically just confirmed that for me.
Bro, I didn't even know.
Yeah, because they never actually say that, but I think it is kind of implied.
Like, it's not...
Yeah, because it's just like, it's being set up that way, like Carlo bringing up that, why do you think we look so alike, you fucking idiot? And then like Marianna being the girl. It's kind of, should be obvious,
being so
I guess.
traumatized whenever bringing up Carlo.
Yeah, because remember, she was an actual ass child.
Yep, 13.
Okay. So I guess that's been confirmed. Andrea was not Tonio's father. He was Tonio's grandfather. That part I got right from my original theory. But I thought Marianna was his daughter as well.
That would be fun.
Well, that would be a lot more fucked. But yeah, Tonio is Carlo's child. Confirmed.
Confirmed.
So there's a bit of a time jump. Tonio bursts into the cafe in the piazza asking for Bettina, the cute, like, server girl from...
The big-titted girl that he was eyeing and got hard on.
from his previous visits. They go out into the gondola together and bone. Because Tonio can't bear to let his mind think.
Filthy.
He needs to, like, get lost in sensation.
I guess.
Oh, the tea's making me gassy again. I'm so sorry. Let me take a sip. Okay. Also, just in case you're Canadian like we are, the gondola is not like a cabin on a ski lift kind of thing. It's a boat. on the canal.
The one where like you have the guy standing and he's like singing and he's got his little stick. And
Exactly.
You're like, "Yeah." Going through the canals of Venice. We all know what that is.
I was literally so confused for a second.
I had to Google it because they called it the Felsi. And I was like, the fuck is that?
Oh, I just remember the word gondola.
She probably did put that there, but I only saw it. Felsi.
Oh, interesting.
And I was really confused. But yeah, it is definitely that. A gondola.
So as Tonio is lying in the gondola with Bettina, it has a roof and shit, I think, apparently. Oh, you drew it. That's so cute.
I'm always drawing them. Yeah, it has like a little cabin on the boat.
Yeah.
In the boat.
Yeah, so that you can like sit privately with
Yeah,
whoever.
with your lover. And you guys can have little like alone times in the romantic waters.
Yeah, and then like the paddling guy stands outside
While
of the
he
cabin.
sings romances.
Yeah, cool.
It's all this movie shit, but
Yeah. Know. Well, I don't know if it's real. I haven't been to Italy.
Mm-mm.
We can ask Anne later.
Shout out to Anne.
Shout out to Anne. As Tonio is lying in the gondola with Bettina, he hears his singers outside and becomes determined to join them. So he gives Bettina some money and redresses her, telling her he will be back tomorrow night. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, we're like, let's get out of this 15-year-old sex life.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear more.
Yeah, me neither.
Or read.
So Tonio chases after his little band of singers. It turns out he's never actually seen them before, as they were always concealed in darkness beneath his window.
Yeah.
So when he catches up to them, he starts to sing along to their music, and they immediately recognize his voice. He tells them he wants to join them tonight, wherever they're going. They offer him some wine, which he takes eagerly. Yes, of course he would.
Yep.
Sex and wine, it's the cure to everything.
Sex and alcohol.
Yeah. They do some singing, and money and applause rains down from the windows overhead. Tonio stays with them until dawn, drinking and singing.
Tonio's bringing in that money for them.
And there's this quote. Sadness, it was such an arresting emotion. You could almost convince yourself of the rhyme and reason of heartbreak. And I was wondering what you think of that. What you think of that line?
I think he feels a little bit betrayed about being lied to his whole life.
A little bit betrayed.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a tad. Just a little nugget of betrayal. You know, the
so,
kind of
like,
thing that you get over the next day.
Yeah.
Just a little betrayal.
So his heart's breaking with the realization that Carlo is not really his bro.
Yeah.
But his father.
You could almost convince yourself of the rhyme and reason of heartbreak. I was just like, kind of enchanted by that line. Like, ooh.
Ooh.
I don't really know exactly what that means, but I like it.
It's pretty.
Yeah. It definitely sounds like very poetic.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you'd hear in a song. Like a 21 Pilots song.
Absolutely. Not that I listen to much of 21 Pilots.
Oh, they're great. Their lyrics are just incredible. They're okay. I'm like
whole random 21
I'm getting
Pilots.
comfortable now. We're going on a bit of a tangent about 21 Pilots. Their favorite line of mine is
you got the shit memorized.
well, it's short.
Oh.
The line is, a kitchen sink to you is not a kitchen sink to me. Your face is like, the fuck?
Huh.
But if you like really start to think about it, I don't know, it's so interesting. There's so many layers of meaning. A kitchen sink to you is not a kitchen sink to me. So it just makes me think that like something happened like involving a kitchen sink that makes the artist look at kitchen sinks differently.
Yeah.
Like he can't just think of it as a kitchen sink anymore. Now it's like something else entirely. Isn't that interesting?
Very.
Yeah. I love that quote.
Seems like
that line.
art to me. Confusing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, if there's multiple ways to interpret it, then I think it's doing a good job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, that day, Tonio returns to the cafe and is served by Bettina. When he can't lift his head, she holds it for him, and he asks her, "Do you love me?" And that's the end of part 2, chapter 1, y'all.
Yay.
Yay.
I gave out some spoilers that Raven was unaware of.
Well,
Whoa.
I was aware of it, but it was like not confirmed at this point. But I mean, maybe it was confirmed and I'm just an idiot. But holy shit, that chapter was a doozy.
Yeah, lots of shady shit.
We've actually been recording for over an hour.
Damn, and then the
really
next
thought this
episode's
chapter
going
would
to
be
be short AF.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what happens. Very tiny amount.
Yeah. So yeah, any final thoughts?
I just find it crazy that a 15-year-old is taking out how upset he is with sex and drugs.
How old is Bettina?
Bettina? I think she's a tad older. Because remember, he was meant, like, when they're about to go for it at the boat, on the boat, that he was, like, kind of, like, worried that she was going to notice that he wasn't, like, properly coming.
Oh, is that what it was?
And that he hasn't quite fully hit puberty. Because we mentioned that he hasn't.
Yeah, he's, not quite there yet.
Yeah. So I was like, she
creepy.
must be late teens. Possibly early 20s.
Yeah. Well, also, females just develop a lot faster than males do.
Yep. Earlier.
So, they could even be the same age and she would still be, like, physically way ahead of him.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, by 15, women are usually done.
Let's do a quick summary of where our characters are at now.
Guido. Still what he's doing.
Yeah.
Looking for a star.
No new news from Guido.
Tonio. Super, fucking... How do you say that word? He's in chaos right now.
Kind of traumatized a little.
Yep. Just realized some hard truths and facts about his life.
Yeah, we know now that he's Carlo's son.
And now he's, like, filling up the hurt with sex and wine. And singing with his favorite singer friends.
Yeah.
Giving them their money.
And that's where we're at now. And holy fuck, this shit is hitting the fan. If you thought it was dramatic before, just you wait.
Dramatic before.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean.
World building, you know.
Well, tension ramping up for sure. But yeah, now stuff is starting to happen. All right, so that's the end of this episode. Of Tea is Good, Books Are Better.
Short.
Just one chapter, but it was a long chapter.
I guess it was pretty long.
It was long.
It was a few pages. But it's mostly like, didn't feel long when I read it.
Well, yeah, because shit's happening. So much shit is just happening.
I guess.
So you just fly through it.
You're right.
Okay. Let's plug our shit. Jessica, what's your Instagram?
I'm pretty sure it's jess.egan24?
Yes. Even I haven't memorized because you've said it so many times. Like, how come you're forgetting?
I don't remember anything.
Mine is Crimby, so you can follow us separately on Instagram. I also have my website, ravenegan.wordpress.com, if you want to check out my published short story. Go on over to my portfolio and click on the one that says 2088 Adam, and it'll
Good story.
show you where to read it.
Read that shit.
Read that shit. You can also we have a Facebook group now, so if you look up Tea is Good, Books Are Better podcast on Facebook, it should come up. You can join the group there. And that is it for this week. Woohoo! Thank you so much for joining us. We're not going to drag out this ending. We love you. Bye.
I feel like we did.
Fuck. Damn it.
We failed.
All right. Bye.
I have to